Vegan eggnog?
Vegan eggnog.
Nothing better.
We had vegan hot dog on a stick.
Kourtney Kardashian and her husband Travis Barker planned an idyllic month-long vacation in Australia with their blended family. However, their 14-year-old son Mason Disick opted to stay behind in the United States with his father, Scott Disick. This decision, revealed by Kourtney in the July 1st episode of The Kardashians, sheds light on the evolving dynamics within their family, particularly as Mason transitions into his teenage years. Kourtney shared that Mason chose not to join the family trip, expressing, "Mason does not want to come. He is a teenager and wants to be with his friends and father." This statement underscores a common teenage desire for independence, as well as the importance of maintaining connections outside the immediate household. Mason's choice reflects his growing need to establish his social life, separate from his mother and her new family unit.
They said they get to experience a day
Day in the life?
in the life of Tour.
Yeah.
This decision was not entirely unexpected by those close to the family. Mason's birth was famously documented on Keeping Up with the Kardashians during its 4th season, giving fans an intimate look into his early life. Over time, however, Mason has become more private, distancing himself from the spotlight that his family often occupies. Lately, he has been spending more time with Scott, his father, and less with Kourtney and her new family. Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick share 3 children: Mason, Penelope, and Rain. Despite their best efforts to co-parent harmoniously since their split in 2015, the adjustment to new family dynamics has been challenging, particularly with Kourtney's marriage to Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker in April 2022. The couple welcomed their son, Rocky, in November 2023, adding another layer to the already complex family structure.
Thank you so much for dinner.
Very welcome.
That was, it was so good. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, love it.
While Kourtney tries to understand Mason's preference to stay with Scott, she finds it difficult. The children are still adjusting to the new family setup following Kourtney's split from Scott and her subsequent marriage. The kids, especially Mason, have found it challenging to accept that their parents will not reconcile, as they had grown accustomed to seeing Kourtney and Scott together during their decade-long, on-again, off-again relationship. The children had held onto the hope that their parents might eventually reunite, a hope that has been dashed by Kourtney's new marriage and the birth of her new child. Some people have speculated that Travis Barker's presence may have contributed to the distance between Kourtney and Scott. There have been suggestions that the tension between Barker and Disick has made Mason feel torn, possibly influencing his decision to spend more time with his father. According to sources close to the family, Barker and Disick do not get along well, which might be impacting Mason's preference for staying at Scott's house.
Who will come to the house to do the scan is a high-risk doctor who's really detailed and thorough at looking for everything, and something caught his eye where he wanted me to see a couple specialists.
Scott Disick's home in Hidden Hills, California offers Mason a different environment compared to Kourtney's place. While Kourtney is known for her strict rules, including a ban on junk food and tight limits on screen time, Scott's home provides a more relaxed atmosphere. This leniency could be appealing to Mason, who, like many teenagers, may prefer an environment with fewer restrictions. Scott has reportedly embraced the role of the cool dad, allowing his children to enjoy more freedom, which contrasts with the structured environment at Kourtney's home. According to an insider, Scott Disick constantly strives to be the fun parent, letting the kids indulge in sweets, stay up late, and watch whatever they like. He is also known to be generous, buying his children anything they ask for, which further contributes to the relaxed atmosphere at his house. This environment may be more attractive to Mason, especially as he navigates his teenage years, seeking autonomy and comfort.
All right, well, that's very cool. You know, I'm definitely glad that Kourtney allowed me to put this structure in her backyard, because I think everybody's going to enjoy it, especially the kids. You know, we may not be together, but we definitely work hard at being parents, and we do a really good job, I think.
The tension between Scott and Travis has reportedly led to Scott distancing himself from the Kardashian family. He feels increasingly uncomfortable around the public displays of affection between Kourtney and Travis, especially when they are around him. This discomfort has made interactions between Scott and the rest of the Kardashian family more strained, potentially influencing the children's preference for spending time at Scott's house. Despite her efforts to remain understanding, Kourtney is heartbroken over Mason's decision to stay behind. However, she is also trying to maintain a positive outlook, recognizing that this distance is a natural part of growing up. Kourtney is comforted by the idea that Mason will likely reconnect with her as he matures and continues to find his own identity. However, this doesn't diminish the emotional strain she feels while traveling through Australia without her firstborn.
Terrible, but like, I don't, like, if I didn't have those kids, I would kill myself. But I have them, and I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna make it right for them, you know?
During the trip, Kourtney has been making an effort to stay upbeat, focusing on the positives of the experience despite the significant challenge of missing her son. Her resilience is evident as she balances her personal feelings with the demands of her busy schedule and the evolving dynamics of her family. On the episode of The Kardashians, Kourtney openly expressed her sadness, saying, "Mason is home with Scott, which makes me very sad, but I'm making the most of every second." Her sorrow is palpable as she deals with Mason's absence, yet she remains committed to enjoying her time away and making the most of her trip. Kourtney is also striving to respect Mason's desire for independence, even though it is difficult for her as a mother. She understands that part of letting her son grow involves giving him the space to make his own choices, even when those choices are hard for her to accept. Kourtney's approach reflects her deep love for Mason and her desire to balance her role as a mother with the need to give him space as he navigates his teenage years.
Rain, guess what? Mom and Travis got engaged.
What does that mean?
It means he proposed and gave me a ring.
Not excited.
The decision by Mason to skip the family vacation highlights the complexities of blended family dynamics, particularly when dealing with teenagers who are beginning to assert their independence. As Mason spends more time with his father, it raises questions about how this will affect his relationship with his mother in the long run. Will this period of independence strengthen his bond with Scott? How will Kourtney manage these evolving dynamics while balancing her emotions and maintaining a positive environment for her children? Blending personal desires with family expectations is a challenge many families face. Respecting a child's growing independence while ensuring they feel loved and supported is crucial. For Kourtney and Scott, the task is to navigate these changes in a way that prioritizes the well-being of their children while also adjusting to the new family structure. The Kardashian-Jenner family's ability to adapt to these changes will likely have an impact on their public image and personal relationships, both within the family and with the public. As they continue to navigate these challenges, the Kardashian-Jenner family will need to find a balance between respecting their children's independence and maintaining a cohesive family unit. How they manage these evolving dynamics will be closely watched as their family continues to be in the public eye. What are your thoughts on how the Kardashian-Jenner family is handling these changes? Do you think Mason's decision to stay with his father will affect his relationship with Kourtney in the long run? We'd love to hear your opinions. Share them in the comments below.
And you know, Sally is like a rag doll. Like
Yeah.
she's like
And
sewn,
you're sorta, yeah.
like with stitching.
I think that's what Tom was thinking, baby.
Yeah.